Hey guys, this is Andrew. This is our mukbang. My name is Joe, this is Andrew, and you're watching Jamily TV. If this is the first time you've been here with us, please consider hitting that subscribe button down that way. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back to watch some more. So we're trying to get a little low here because that way you can see what's happening. But we're on Namu'a today. And last night, the boys caught some coconut crabs, some ooh, and we're gonna tear into it.
That's right.
Andrew's gonna teach me how to eat this thing.
Oh, you just rip it open and start eating it. Find that white flesh and then you're good to go.
So you eat in there?
Oh yeah, I always start with the legs. So this one here, have you ripped one off?
No, that was one of the kids, Jaden, I think, ripped that off.
There you go. So the legs, this is one of the main legs there. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so yummy. There you go, there's the white stuff. Mmm. That is nice.
So the girls just cooked this in coconut cream and onions, right?
Yeah, bro. A little bit of salt. Mmm, that's beautiful. So they were caught last night, Joe, and they were brought to us while we were on the sand, just enjoying the clear blue skies and the stars. And then they let it climb up and did a show for us,
Yeah, that was
remember?
pretty cool, yeah.
And then, just so that we can eat it fresh, they took it to another coconut tree away from where we were staying.
And let it climb up? Is that what they did?
And let it just have its last supper, buddy. Just to beefing it up a little bit for us.
A little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more. It's nice.
Ah, I wish I could get this out. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
That's a nice piece right there. Mmm. Yeah. For those of you that have never had coconut crab before, it tastes just like lobster.
I think it's better than lobster. I like it better than lobster. I don't know if you can feel. I guess it's how you cook it as well.
The
you see how nice and tender, and it's got a little bit more juice. It's like juicier, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not like the lobster that we have here in Samoa, that they call ula, right? Mm-hmm. Because we have the, I think it's called the spiny lobster. But in America, we have the Maine lobster, and that's what this tastes like to me. But
Lecky, I tell you, you'll like it. Just eat that little bit. You have one?
Yeah.
Oh, you already have one.
give me that back.
There's a leg missing from there.
I knew there was a leg missing from here. I was like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
that's nice. I love it. Love it the way they cooked it too.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you break it,
Yeah.
and then it
comes
just
out
comes,
altogether.
yeah. So you just gotta,
Yeah, mine didn't do that, and I'm really struggling here.
this makes it easy.
Andrew, introduce yourself to everybody.
Andrew Craig, a fan of Jamily TV.
Friend first.
Absolutely, absolutely. Friend first. Good friends. So Joe and Alicia invited our family to come over to Namu'a. I'm so happy we did. Had an awesome time. Glad we bought the jet skis. The water's so beautiful. It's flat. And obviously when it's flat, you can do a lot of tricks on the jet skis. And got in yesterday, went out. Joe and I went out, checked out another island nearby. What island was that, Joe?
Vanua Tapu.
So we checked out the island yesterday. And then while you were
It
there...
has the softest sand that we've ever felt.
Yeah, a lot of rocks though.
A lot of rocks, a lot of rocks, a lot of coral.
And then while you were exploring a little bit more, I went and caught a fish.
Yep.
And we ate that last night. Did you take photos of it?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we got a nice blue trevally. And it was beautiful.
So Andrew runs a business here in Samoa with his family. What are some challenges to running a business in Samoa that you, because I'm sure there's other people here who are overseas in Australia, New Zealand, like with that perspective, how do you come over here and start a business?
Well, unlike New Zealand, Australia, the States, in the States you have your Home Depot, one-stop store, everything in it. You walk in there, you don't want to get out. New Zealand, in Australia, you have Bunnings.
That's the name of like the Home Depot competitor?
It's like the equivalent of Home Depot. So pretty much you can get everything from there, right from
Bennings?
Right from foundation, right up to your finishing, right up to turnkey.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Over here, unfortunately, you would have to go to multiple stores to try and find everything, but I would say you would probably get only 70% with a very small variety types of what you can get. So the materials, we're not privy to, a lot of options. Selections. In saying that though, we're blessed. I mean, there's other islands in the Pacific that are much worse state than we are. So that would be a first challenge. Obviously, you just got to live within your means. And if you're building a big construction, you pretty much have to be really organized. A lot of the work we do for the LDS Church, we bring a majority of our materials from outside, at least about 60 to 70%, being that it needs to match the specification. So basically, it's just being organized, trying to bring everything in so that you can turn over a successful project, buddy. Yeah. Otherwise, the way we work is do a good quality project so that one, it lasts long for your customers, and then two, the word will always come back and spread around. Basically, doing a great job, buddy.
And that's what I've been telling everybody, that when you come to Samoa, don't come to Samoa just to work for somebody else. When you come to Samoa, you need to figure out what it is that you're good at and work for yourself when you get over here. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then, like you said, if you do a good job, Samoans really get behind other people who are doing good work. Sometimes it's not about just being the cheapest or being the fastest. It's also about building relationships and doing good work, and that word just spreads so that other people come and follow your work.
Well, like everything else in every other country, you pay for peanuts, you get what?
Peanuts.
Absolutely, buddy.
Or less.
No less. That's absolutely right. So it's a big risk. And that's the problem with a lot of people think. Their mentality is go cheap. At the end of the day, what I hate seeing, and I feel my heart goes to these people, is they save their life savings or take out loans that it would take them the rest of their lives to pay off in buying a home, building a home. And they try and go cheap. At the end of the day, you want to come home to a new home that you're happy with, Where you're proud of your home, you enjoy your home, you love your home.
Yeah.
It's a good quality home. But you don't want to go through that experience where over time you're getting cracks everywhere, paint's peeling off after a couple of months. So those are the things you really need to factor in, and it's well worth paying a little bit more and just enjoy basically.
Going with somebody who's trusted, not necessarily your cousin or something like that.
Do your homework, get a couple of quotes. 4 minimum, really. But it's really the word of mouth. It's actually going around who built your home, looking at the homes when you're driving around, who built your home, going to that contractor, getting the quote, and it's just kind of feedback. So basically the worst mistake you can do is just not even doing a little bit of homework and then just
getting some bids and stuff, yeah.
Absolutely, buddy. Just hearing testimonies of homes, newly built homes, and how families or owners felt about how their home was built. Because your home could be nice, buddy.
But not the bones.
No, it's just that it just cost
weak.
you twice as much.
Oh.
Because it took twice as long. And that's where you can also get hit by. And so you just got to look out for those type of contractors, and there are definitely a lot of cowboys around.
So How would you recommend finding somebody to help you build your home?
Honestly, I would just drive around. There's a lot of new homes being built around Samoa. And you really could tell a good quality home. When you do, just pop in. People are friendly here. Just say, hey, look.
True story. That's something that's really different. I'm glad that Andrew brought that up because for me as an American, that's like something I would never do is just be like, oh, that's a nice home. Let me pull into the guy's driveway and talk to him. But here in Samoa,
Absolutely, buddy.
you can do it.
Not only that, they appreciate that when
Yeah.
you come in and say, hey, look, I just drove past. Your home is beautiful. I love your home. Whoever built it looks like they did a good job.
Yeah.
And then you know what? You'll just find that the conversation will just go on.
Mm-hmm.
And already you have the information that you need, before you start spending your money. This is so nice. Yeah, when you eat this stuff, Joe, you got to prepare to get messy,
Yeah. Oh, man, I was hoping that
Almost, buddy.
didn't work.
Use that part of the spoon to get out. See, buddy? Look at that.
That's a good swipe. Ooh, 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 that's a good crack.
The type of materials that are here are different. That's a good chunk, boy. That is nice.
There we go.
Sis, wala le umi nga kukia, nga kukar kamala. O le ako skula. I just asked how long did it take to cook and boil. I said no, probably 45 minutes.
Oh, that long? I'd be shorter than that.
Kamale se nga punga mo mo pai. Kwa vela punga pai. Kong ilo kong. So you just got to boil the water until it's completely boiled, and you just chuck it in.
How was last night here?
Sleepy? Good. I was okay. It wasn't hard for me. It was beautiful. Well, it helped that I had my own bed. Dorothy had Sammy, and she was miserable. She had sand all over her, so that didn't help.
We just found out that when these things are small, they call it an unga.
Uma.
And then when they get big, adult size, Samoans call it u'u. But in Niue, right?
They're just called uma.
Unga the whole time.
Well, I think. Probably the same. I don't know if when they grow bigger, if it's a different name. But when we lived in Niue for a year, oh man, these guys were big. They were huge. But all I knew them of was ungas.
How many did you have over there? Is this like a regular thing? Do they have that many?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Niue had the biggest ungas I've ever seen, and they had the best taro, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They had nice taro.
Was it the purple kind or the white kind?
The purple one is more like from the Cook Islands. But they had the white and they had the yellow sticky one. That was my
I've
favorite.
never had that one before.
It was nice. Trust me, it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. There's a good piece right there. Oh, come on. Get out. Oh, there it is. There you go. I know you wish you were in Namu'a today. That was cool. They said they have a lot of coconut crabs here.
They do.
And the boys just went and got it.
So the next time we come, we got to bring those proper, what do you call it, those clamp,
The crackers,
the crackers.
I don't know where we get it from. Do you know where?
Dorothy knows. But yeah, that'll make our work easy.
So we're coming here next year.
That's us, bro. We're going to book it in. Oh, so beautiful.
Man, you're right. You really do get pretty messy eating this.
Yeah, and cut up too. Kind of
Oh,
bleedy.
yeah. Oh, it got you in its afterlife. I'm really happy with this. This has been so tasty. You want to taste it? I'll get you a nice chunk. I'm thinking about this tail. I think Zara will like the tail.
This tail isn't what I thought. It's more of the.
Okay.
Should have recorded that your facial reaction.
Oh, it is different than a lobster tail, huh? It's like this is where all the guts are. I know there's going to be several viewers who are like, yeah, that's the best part.
Dorsal, it's poop.
Okay, so I'm gonna save this for you guys so that when you guys come, you guys can have it. Because that's the best part, I think, is I know that one of you is gonna say that. And there's the brain. Zara, you wanna eat the brain?
Also good.
They say if you eat the brain of something else, then you inherit their intelligence.
It's dead, so it wasn't that intelligent. It's a dead animal, so it got itself caught.
Yep.
This is a treat, buddy.
I'm gonna save this part for you too.
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mangia.
So when Dad first came, he did exactly what I would recommend.
Your dad.
Yeah. He came, although he was born here and he lived there, so many years later when he went to New Zealand, worked hard and built his company there, and then he pretty much saved up a lot of money. And when he was ready to move, he would come first. He would purchase the land. He took a while, I think it was 2 or 3 trips. And that's the important part is not to rush into it. There's a lot of things you got to factor in when you're buying property here. One, because obviously there are village councils and there's a lot of village areas or land that don't have the village council influence in them. So meaning like you have the curfew at night when the bell rings.
Oh.
So you have the local.
So even if it's freehold land, you still have to abide by.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, absolutely.
By like if they have a saw.
You got to abide.
So
by
if you buy freehold land in Mimoso, where they have a saw every night at 6:30 or something, you still have to abide by that.
Absolutely.
So the saw, for those of you that don't know, is that at some designated point, the whaifeau of the village, the pastor of the village, he'll ring a bell, and then all these people will be standing in the various driveways of each of the homes and businesses there. And if you're in the driveway or in the house, you're not allowed to come out because that's a sacred time when you're supposed to be with your family, saying prayers, and being thankful to God, which is great. But the only problem is if you have somewhere to be between 6:30 and 7, and that's the time for the saw, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay right there and observe the saw, even if it's freehold land. I didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. Because in Samoa, we have 2 different types of land. We have communal land, which is through the village, right? How do you get communal land?
Which is basically, I believe, is it pretty much doesn't belong to you. It obviously belongs to the government, Samoa, pretty much, really. You're pretty much leasing it. You can buy it off someone, but you don't own it. But yeah, whether it's freehold land or communal land, basically you have to buy by the village council. So you gotta factor all those in, because really, it's not a problem. But where we're at, it doesn't have that. So that's what he did. He chose not to be in a village that had that, and so he basically just scoped it out, purchased the land, came, and he pretty much saw the materials, right, and saw what was available at the time, and so it wasn't pretty much to what he wanted to build his home.
Oh, okay.
So he went back and bought the materials that he wanted, put it in a container, and just bought it here, built the home that he wanted. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people that actually take the time and do the homework, they do that, and I always find that they're happy because their home is built exactly to what they wanted.
How do you get a container here? Or how much does it cost?
These days, I think a 20-footer container would be around about 4,000 New Zealand dollars. I'm not too sure what it is in Australia when it comes in from Australia, but it changes.
So that's why kind of materials are kind of more expensive here. Is like for a container, you have to add $4,000 to the cost of whatever it is you just bought.
Exactly right.
And then does that include the duties and stuff?
No, that comes in. You just got to factor all that in, and that's why the prices here are kind of expensive because we're hit pretty much hard with the duty when it comes to building materials. So that's all being put in the price.
Now, do you get charged a duty if it's for your own house? Like if you're bringing materials in for your own house?
You do. Everyone is charged duty, whether it's commercial or business or personal. Mm. But they have a chart. They have a table.
Oh, so it might be a little less if it's for personal. Yeah. You can't own 7 personal houses here and keep paying. No, this is personal. This isn't
you can to a point if you do it, smart, like one by one, or
Here's this is delicious. Just try this little piece. Pretty good though, huh? Next time we come to Namu'a, Zara, then you're gonna be up here with me, eating the crab.
No, next time we come, we're gonna go catch the crabs ourselves, the ungas ourselves, or u'us ourselves.
I got stuff on my glasses.
Wow.
Look at that. This massive claw, right? And then pull it off, and just that little itty bitty piece of
Muscle.
flesh there. That's crazy. How long have you lived in Samoa?
Being the youngest sibling of 7, we arrived here when I was about 1.5, 2. So lived here since then, but went offshore for a bit of school, about 4 years.
Why did you go to school offshore, Andrew?
Just wanted to experience the outside education.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's right.
Watch this.
Oh, bro.
That is a big piece of ooh. You want to taste this one, Zara? I feel like you want to taste it.
You know what? I think we should do a challenge with our girls. We bring them here, no food,
They get
nothing.
our food.
I feel like we should have water.
Oh,
We will probably bring water, but we won't let you know because there's a lot of new trees. We'll live off the new trees. We have to catch the fish if you want dinner.
I'm okay with that. And then
We should do our own survivor, our own survivor here, honestly, so we can teach our kids how to handle themselves. Because, Joe, it's just going to get worse with this COVID, isn't
that's right.
it?
Although if we moved here, we could be pretty safe. We
Exactly.
can leave the rest of Samoa over there.
I reckon in that way the kids will appreciate things much more.
Man, that was a really nice piece. I should have saved that one for last. That was a big, massive one.
I saved the best for last.
Yeah, that was smart. Rookie mistake over here.
So something like this, honestly, Joe, if there was to serve this in the restaurant, you know how much just one would have cost?
Probably between 80 and, it depends on where you went, but between 80 and 200 US dollars for something like this.
Okay, yeah, so tala would be close to about 200.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, in America,
Oh.
if they had this and they put this on a plate for you in a really high-end restaurant, I feel like they would definitely, it would be up there. Mm-hmm. Around 200 US dollars, I think. Honestly, I haven't seen a full-on coconut crab like this. They usually serve the king crabs, you know, from Alaska with the big old legs.
Yeah, that's saltwater crabs, right?
Are these freshwater crabs?
These aren't even fresh. They are land crabs.
100% land crabs.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that they were in the water too. I thought the boys came out of the water.
no,
Oh, really? They just
they're inland. They're
Oh.
dry crabs. Yeah, they dig the holes and probably go to the ocean and bathe.
But generally, it's on the shore, huh?
Oh my gosh, I'm happy they caught two, Joe. I don't know if I could share
Yeah.
with you, bro.
I was just thinking, like, it's pretty cool because, like, with your admission fee to Namu'a, it comes with transport over here. Unless you bring your jet skis like Andrew did, then you just have fun on your transport over here. But it includes your transport. It also includes dinner at night and then breakfast the next morning. And these boys caught these coconut crabs last night. Told us they were going to cook them for us today for breakfast, and here they are. Man, wasn't intending on doing a mukbang here on Namu'a, but this crab just included in the service. Man, we were really lucky, really lucky. I think what happened was Andrew gave the boys masi popo, coco Samoa, some bread and some butter.
Being friendly, buddy.
Yep.
Being friendly and sharing is caring.
Yep.
And they felt the love. And then what?
And then an hour later they showed up with 2 coconut
No,
crabs.
and then once we were just sharing the love, and then they said, "Hey, do you eat unga?"
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's right.
"You get ungas here?" And I said, "Yep." And I said, "Heck yeah." I said, okay, we're gonna go hunt you some ungas.
And then we saw the flashlights in the background here because there's no power on Namu'a.
They didn't even have to go far anyway.
Yep.
Another thing we saw out, Joe, you want to just talk about is the bats. There were a lot of bats, and they're flying
man.
so low.
And clicking. That was pretty cool.
You're almost done, buddy. Your last one.
Yep.
This was the best day ever. That's what the kids say. I wasn't having luck out there, Joe.
Oh, really?
Too many just weeds. So my hook was just catching all the seaweeds. So I kept on going out, winding back in, taking off the seaweed, going out, boom, seaweed, going out, winding back in. It's a lot of work just going out and to a safe place and then winding up rolling in your line and then taking the seaweed off.
Maybe Heavenly Father knew you just needed to come in and enjoy this ula with me, or unga.
Oh, get the stranded jitsu first.
Yep.
Lucky I heard you. It's hard kind of hearing.
Yeah, because they said they called you before to come eat, but you didn't answer.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks for waiting.
You're pretty good at that spoon thing. Digging it out.
Well, the more you eat ungas, the more experience you get, buddy.
Yep.
You know what that means, huh?
You've eaten a lot of unga.
No, it means the more we got to come out here. I'm keen, bro.
Okay, sorry. I interrupted your story, your backstory, when I said that you went overseas for school, to finish high school / college. And then what?
Didn't finish school, actually.
You didn't?
No. I came home 2 years before the fifth form and said school wasn't my thing.
What is fifth form? We don't have that in America.
That's year 12.
Oh, really?
School just wasn't my thing. Obviously, my dad and all of his brothers were all builders, and they were good with their hands and men of different trades. And came home and just went and did my own apprenticeship, buddy.
With your dad?
No.
Separate.
Dad was like, so what are you doing? I said, no. So at the time, USB and Alafua.
Uh-huh.
So there were 2 companies from Australia were awarded the bid to build the new university, which is that university.
So there's basically 2 universities here, National University of Samoa and University of South Pacific, which is a branch of a different university, right? Like Samoa is not the only one that has University of South Pacific.
There's a few, I think. Fiji's definitely, if not the main hub, and then there are others, but different courses. So you have people from all over the Pacific that come here because of, I think, agriculture is one of the main courses here. Can you hold it? Press it. Hon, can you just get my gout tablets ready, please? For your sake, I hope you did. Otherwise, you'll be nursing me.
Sorry. Oh, there's nothing in there anyway. Not a single little piece. Can you bite your tongue?
Oh, I've been sucking this thing.
Oh.
Just almost choked.
That's an unga helicopter. Can you wipe my glasses off and then put them back on my face?
Joe, what an awesome weekend, buddy.
Incredible weekend. So glad you guys came.
Llama and Jared, dude, that's a good one. They missed out big time, brother.
I almost feel bad. I do feel bad
I feel bad.
because it has been such a great.
But then when I'm eating this, I don't feel bad because I don't know if I could share this one, buddy.
Maybe we would have gotten 4 instead of 2. So then you were working as an apprenticeship, you were digging holes, and you were what, 17? 16.
I was 16.
16.
And just, again, sucking the brains out of those foremans and site managers and project managers. In about just over a year, I was made a foreman. And after a year and a half, Dad took me out. He was building 9 chapels at the time, LDS chapels. One of them wasn't doing well. The site manager from New Zealand, he was New Zealand, had vast experience, 3 months behind. And so I came on the project, and in 1 month, was able to bring the project on schedule. I was 17, turning 18. Completed the project, and at the same time preparing to go on my mission. So Hit 18, put my papers in, and went to Sydney South Mission. So yeah, I was kind of blessed to build my first project.
Before you went on your mission,
Yeah, before I went on my mission at 18 years old.
how much
17,
was
18.
how much was the project?
It was valued around about 1.4 mil. Not bad.
It's a big project for an 18-year-old to
Yeah,
start up for a first project.
but you
But you
know,
obviously did well.
I tell you, Joe. I mean, obviously, I was prepared for my mission, so the Lord was on my side. It's only because of Him that I was able to be blessed with the knowledge. And I said, "Okay, Heavenly Father, if I go, I'm going to serve You with all of my heart. I'm going to give You everything for every day that I serve You on my mission. But I want You to promise me that You will bless me to be the best builder in Samoa." I said those words. So fast forward. Served a great mission. When I got home from my mission, didn't waste time. That put me in one of 2 projects, Tuffa,
Oh yeah.
the Chapel of Tuffa.
Yeah.
At 22 years old, I did Tuffa, and that was the start of many, many more chapels and state centers.
A couple cool lessons I like in this story. One of them is that you kind of went out on your own. Your dad was already an established builder at that time, right?
No doubt. Yeah.
And you didn't feel like you wanted to or needed to kind of ride on his coattails, so to speak. Kind of tried to set a trailblazing effort on your own, and not only you didn't go out there and use the correct name or anything. You went out there and just you worked it. You put in the time, the effort. You started digging ditches.
Yeah.
You didn't start that business, but you were willing to put in a bunch of effort, not only for the short term, because when you're trying to gain knowledge from somebody, you're not trying to gain knowledge for the short term, you're trying to gain knowledge for the long term. And so you putting in all that effort really kind of accelerated your opportunities. That's the same kind of thing that I think that a lot of people can do when they come over to Samoa, is you have to put in a lot of effort into what you're doing. Whether you move here as a 16-year-old with your family, if you just put in a lot of effort, you can really make something of yourself. And then the other lesson is just long-term perseverance. You started small, and obviously you made a promise, a covenant with the Lord, and you fulfilled your end of that deal, and
I did, indeed.
and He's fulfilled His end of that deal. So see, this is the kind of thing that you can learn when you come to Samoa. A lot of hard work, good work ethic, a lot of patience, a lot of faith in the Lord. Big things happen as you make those sacrifices for yourself, for your family, and for the Lord, to bring people closer to Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your testimony today, bro. Kind of didn't start out like that, but good testimony.
Absolutely. And it can happen to everyone else, buddy.
Yep.
That's the amazing part.
Hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang with me and Andrew eating the ooh. Have a good day, Manuel Aso. Vaso Fuat.
There you go.
Bye.
All right, buddy. Wala lang ngon, man. Okay, so in Samoan you have a pa'a, and then you have a kupa. I didn't know this. So the pa'a is the ocean crab, and its back leg is getting me. So the pa'a is the ocean crab, and the kupa is the land crab. And when you go to beaches and you see watch out. I gotta finish the story. Okay, I got it. So the kupa is a land crab. The good thing about it, something that I honestly didn't know. So basically, when the tide is down, yeah. Okay, so when the tide is down, they go down to their caves.
Really?
When the tide is up, they come out of their holes. So
that's how you catch them.
Okay, so right now he's showing us because the tide's coming up.
Oh.
Where? Yeah. Check this out. Let's get this on camera. I can put my finger in here. Look at that.
Nggak, di ku kumai nggak.
Yeah, see?
Ni dia mau.
Right there.
Ang pipi yo ka.
But this one here, you gotta be careful. Wala le se senga pe ayat kamale male lang ka ko ay ngay.
Then masih.
What?
Pusa fire for the popo.
Okay, so I just asked him a question as I said, what is the difference in taste and just the tenderness of the meat? And they said absolutely no difference.
Really? Do these eat coconut too?
Yeah.
Oh.
The left bigger claw grabs the food, brings it to him, and the right smaller claw cuts it and feeds himself. This is what they call unga. And I didn't even know this, honestly. I didn't even know this what becomes the u'u. And then as they grow big, and then obviously the shell comes off, and then they grow to maturity, they become a u'u, which is what we just ate.
Now kill the kuok.
The back shell is huge. So the back shell can be that big. So if it's that big, your legs could actually be bigger. So it could be twice the size of what we just ate. Wow. So it's amazing.